Good evening, you're looking at Ethan. This is TT from TT Fix My Hair, and Ethan needs a trim, and I just wanted to show you what we're dealing with here. We kind of got this Jusin Bieber thing going on, but a little bit shorter around the ears. You see it's below his brows here. It's basically a bowl cut in the front, and he just needs a trim. He said he doesn't want any different hairstyle. He just wants a trim. So I'm going to part it off and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We've parted his hair, and I just wanted to show you a good home trim haircut in between a professional haircut. Sometimes I keep his hair up, sometimes I take him in. But this, either which way, he just needs a trim basically around the edges and thin it out. And this is what I do. I take and look down for me, baby. The crown, where his natural crown line starts, and I part here. I kind of want to meet the middle of his eyebrows on both sides, and I take this and I work with these three sections first. And what I'm going to do, I just parted that off for a minute. Really what I want to do, I'm not even going to have it parted yet. I just want to show you how I parted it. I'm going to take and trim his everything pulled forward, and look at me. And I don't let him make any expression, and I don't want to loosen your face. I don't want to cut it any higher than his eyebrow line, because when it dries it's going to come up. And so I'll start there with just straight across without mashing it down or anything, right at his brow line. And he gets this done every couple of weeks, so he's used to it. And he pretty much knows what I want him to do. He hates the hair on him, but he's good about it. Shh. Let me finish here. Alright, with it all pulled forward. He knows he can't get it off of him. Quit making an expression now, if you want your hair cut right. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Don't move. Okay. I'm going to turn it, and I'm basically just trimming around the edge. I'm following the lines that he already has. I go straight up there from the ear to the end of his bangs, and I comb it straight down, and I go from the point in his sideburn that I basically just made, and I go up to the point of his ear. And then I decide at that point, we decide together if he's going to have this long coming over his ear, or if his ears are going to show full or half. We kind of talk about it. But I'm going to do it on both sides. And welcome to our kitchen, by the way. And I'm doing the same thing here. Now I've kind of let it get dry, and we're sitting under a fan because it's about almost 9 o'clock at night, and it's still 85 degrees outside. Our fans go all the time. I know I've mentioned that. But still, combing it basically forward, just like for the bangs. I'm making sure my scissors are at his ear, and I'm going to go up to his bang line. And I'm going to make sure that I get that even. And too, if I keep it damp enough, he doesn't have as much of the little hair wispies all over him, and he gets less frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm going to come straight down. Quit blowing, baby.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that again where I cut up from the point I made to the very start of his ear. And he knows I was really close to his ear, and he freaks out.
It hurt.
Did it nip you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't see any blood. I hope it's okay. But that's part of getting a home haircut, is mamas and aunts and grandmas, we try to do the best we can.
Mostly like grandmas when they ear cut.
Okay, no matter what I do, I know I've got to thin all this out. And since I've got that, I'm going to go back to my part where I do it in the middle of his eyebrows to give me my section. And if I pull it up, I'm going to take each section straight up, holding with my fingers, standing behind him, and I'm just going to hold it level, and I'm going to take off the amount I feel like needs to be trimmed away. And I'm going to do that for the whole section. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I cut. Basically, it took 1, 2, 3 sections up, and I've kind of got this bang part, and I don't pull it up straight up like I do the top of the head. What I like to do, and this keeps it from being real blunt, I pull it straight out instead of straight up. And I take the edge and I do the point cut where I point. Instead of going straight across, I'm going to cut up into it. And if he keeps his head still for me while I do this, when I drop his bangs, okay, I'm going to drop them, they will be fringed instead of blunt, and that works good for him and his hair the way he likes it. Now I pull a chair over and I sit for some of this because I need to get really close to him, and I'm going to turn him, and I'm going to try to get you so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm on the side section from the crown point where we parted it off in the beginning, and I'm just combing straight down, and all I've cut here are the edges, remember? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from his back of his ear, I'm turning towards you a little bit, I'm going to part that straight down, and I'm just going to kind of, everything in that part, I'm just going to kind of hold it back for a minute. Because again, I'm just doing a trim up. I'm not trying to create a style. I'm just trying to keep from taking him into the barber shop in between. And I've just pulled his hair up, and I'm taking about that much off. And again, I'm going to take my scissors up at a point all the way up as I blend up, and that way when I drop it, it will not be blunt when I pull it forward or when I drop it down. There won't be any blunt edges. And so I just pull it up in sections, keeping it tight in my finger, and basically taking just an eye measurement of the same amount off of each section. Okay. So he's still got a lot of length. I haven't really taken it short. I'm just trimming him up. Now from that point back, I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm picking up some of the hair I've already cut in with a section that I haven't to use as a guideline, pulling it straight out and point cutting. Now at this point we've got to decide if we want ears to show, and I think it being over his ear like that a little bit is just fine. I don't think his ear needs to necessarily be trimmed out around like what we used to call white wall. So I'm pulling it straight out from the head, point cutting just the straight edge that falls over his ear. And so when we turn it this way, you'll see that it just fringes a little bit. And that works good for him. If you'll notice, his hair is already trying to do this little curl around thing here. And he likes that. He likes to fling his hair and have it kind of lay across. And we had it longer, and it just took a lot for he's 9, for him to manage keeping up with all of this fringing forward. But this little part in the back, he does really good. So I'm just going to take from that crown part, and I'm going to keep picking up sections from the crown part, about as much, I'm sorry baby, about as much as my comb will pick up. And I'm just going to, again, hold the amount that I've been trimming all the way around, and I'm just point cutting the ends all the way around. And we'll come back. I'm going to go all the way around his head. Alright, we're picking right back up where we left off. And I just did the trim all the way around the top. Just, you know, picking up from here up. Now, with this bottom part, I've just, from the line of his crown, I've just parted it back up to his ear on both sides. I'm trying to get him a nice neckline here. And around the back of the ears. Now, I don't like it to be too short. He has several, I keep it wet too. He's got several cowlicks, and it does not work for his hair around his neck to be short. And it's not real great long. We're still working. You got to be perfectly still. Look right there for me. I'm fixing to cut. Okay, you ready? He's a good guy. He works with me, I tell you. I'm just going to trim. I'm going up to the ear. That's all I'm doing. Not neck shaving. I'm not clipping with the clippers. I'm just simply trimming the edges. I'm just trimming the edges all the way around, and I'm moving around from side to side. If he's got a few little sprigs of hair, I'll just trim that out, because he does have some long neck hair due to those cowlicks we mentioned. Now, I am going to pick it up and look and make sure that from what I did here and what I did down here is kind of blended, and that we don't have a huge difference in what I did. Didn't miss anywhere. If you pull it out by the comb, and you pull it out with your fingers, if you don't have anything sticking way out, you're probably all right just for an in-between trim. Now, Eddie, turn back this way. So, with just taking a ½ inch or so off all the way around and trimming his edges, he went from looking pretty shaggy. And a lot of times what we do is we comb his hair over to the side, look it this way, and then pull his bangs down. Shake it, E. Shake it, shake it, shake it. There you go. Now that's his look. That's his kind of, we try to take that part out. We pull it forward. If I'm moosing it up, or if I'm really styling it, we just pull it all forward with my fingers. I try to get it out from behind his ears to go over his ears on both sides. And we just kind of, we either blow dry it or just keep combing it every so often until it does dry. Kind of come out of that crown part and pull it up and tossle it around. Look back at the camera. Now see, it's still a shaggy dude, but he's not a shaggy looking boy. He's just a shaggy dude on a cute boy. He looks manicured, he looks groomed and well taken care of. So that's how we do it on TT Fix My Hair. Shake it one more time, eh? Alright.